Hey guys and dolls, welcome to my channel. This is Take a Breath with Alexis and I am your fabulous host, Alexis. And in today's video I'm doing a Disney tag, obviously, as you can see with my fabulous ears, and I am surrounded by a little taste of my Disney collection. So I've got some questions and let's get into it. I like YouTube video journal, and it is a Disney Cruise Line notebook. Okay, question 1. Favorite character? Oh, this is so hard. It's so hard just to pick one character, but if I have to pick one, I'm gonna go with Minnie Mouse. She's classic. She's one of the oldest Disney characters in the Disney universe, and she's just so classic. I love her colors, black, white, and red with a little dash of yellow. And yeah, I just love Minnie. She's one of my favorite characters. The reason why I also say she's my favorite is that she has the most like Disney merch out there that are in so many different stores. So it's easy to find like lots of Minnie Mouse merchandise. Pocahontas is also a favorite of mine, and it's much harder to find Pocahontas merchandise than it is Minnie Mouse. So that is why Minnie will be my favorite character. Favorite villain? Okay, so my favorite villain... Ooh, I feel like my ears are tilted. My favorite villain, I would have to say, is a tie between Cruella. I love Cruella's like style, and I'm talking about in the live action version of 101 Dalmatians. But also, if you've ever been to Disneyland or Disney World and you've got to interact with Cruella, every interaction I've had with her have been hilarious and ended up being a highlight of my trip. So I really love taking pictures with Cruella. And then I would say my second favorite, or like in a tie, which I hate to say this, but it's Hades from Hercules. I think that character is hilarious. Like, I just love the way the actor that voiced him, his like cadence was like perfect. And then way back in the day on the Disney Cruise Line, on the Wonder, there was Hercules the musical, and that was by far my favorite show they've ever had on Disney Cruise Line, like to date. Like, I love that show, and the actor who played Hades was hilarious. He had the best one-liners, and he would make so many like cultural references and jokes. Like, that show was like right on the pulse of like what was going on in the world, and I absolutely love that show. And yeah, so I've lost my page. Okay, favorite hero. My favorite hero, I would have to say, is Flick from It's a Bug's Life, because he was such a big thinker and he had these ideas that were very unusual, but when you boil it down to it, he just really wanted to make his community better, and he wanted to make people's lives easier, and he was willing to risk it all to better his community. So I love Flick for that. My favorite hero? I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. It's pretty obvious. It's Mulan. I mean, she saves China. Fave prince and princess. So my favorite princess, I have like a top 3. My top 3 are Pocahontas, Princess Tiana, obviously, and Merida. But Pocahontas is first just because she came into my life first. I was born in the 90s, so I was like a little person when Pocahontas came out in the movie theaters, and I was so in love with her. I had the bed set, the pajamas, the Barbie doll, the VHS. I loved Pocahontas, and I think what drew me to her wasn't that she just like came out when I was little, but it was the fact that I felt that she was the first princess that looked like me, even though I don't look anything like Pocahontas. I just really felt that she looked different, and she had a completely different vibe than all the other princesses that came before her, and so that's what really drew me to her. My favorite prince, I don't know if he like qualifies as a prince. Sorry, I just don't want to lose my spot again. But I don't know if he qualifies as a prince, but my favorite prince-like person would be General Shang from Mulan. And the sole reason is because I think he's the most attractive, like, male Disney partner. My dog's moving. London is stretching. She's supposed to be my producer, and she's stretching and, like, moving around, and I think it's moving the camera. So I'm gonna just pause for a second. Hey, you're supposed to be my producer, and you're just doing nothing but distracting me right now. Like, look at you. Well, next time I'll make sure I include you in the video, but you can't talk. Okay, are you comfortable? Can I proceed? Okay. Take 17. So my favorite Disney prince, I would have to say, is General Shang. Don't know if he necessarily qualifies as a prince, but he is my favorite because this is really weird, but I think he's the most attractive, like, male love interest in the Disney animated universe. I think he is so handsome, and I love the actor who voices him, which I think is B.D. Wong. I love his voice. I love his song in Mulan, and there's just like this like manly, like, madness to him, but he also has like this really like soft edge to him too. So General Shang, he's my favorite. And is it weird to say that I think an animated character is attractive? Yes, but I'm going to, and it's gonna be forever documented on YouTube now. Ride at Disneyland and Disney World. Okay, can I tell you guys a little bit of a story? So I had open heart surgery when I was 4 years old, and before I had my surgery, my mom won tickets to go to Disneyland. So this would be my first trip to Disneyland, and we went to Disneyland, and I was literally terrified of every single ride at Disneyland. Like, at the time they had like this live action Lion King show. Terrified. I told my mom we had to sit like a few rows back. She wanted to sit in the front, and my nope, can't sit in the front. I was afraid of everything. And then I went on Peter Pan's flight, and I fell in love. It was the one ride that like nothing scary happened, nothing jumped out at you, and so to this day, Peter Pan's flight at Disneyland is still my favorite ride. I love that ride. It's so cute. It's so sentimental to me. And so, yes, Peter Pan's flight is my favorite ride in Disneyland. And then in Disney World, there's so many parks, it's kind of hard. Actually, it's not hard. It's Flight of Passage in Pandora and Animal Kingdom. Best 3D simulation ride I have ever been on in my whole entire life. I love that ride. I try to ride it as many times as I can each time I go there, and each time I go on that ride, I pick up some new like little detail in it. Like, the whole process of it is absolutely amazing. Love that ride. Okay. Favorite resort at Disneyland and Disney World. Okay, so my favorite resort, my favorite place to stay in Disneyland, I really love the Disneyland Hotel, especially since the last couple times I've went there, I've been on the concierge level. Really love it. Great service, great snacks. But my favorite hotel to stay at actually is the Grand Californian in Disneyland. My parents are Disney Vacation Club owners, which, if you didn't know, the Disney Vacation Club is like a Disney timeshare, and they have, and they bought into the timeshare at the Grand Californian, and so we get like a 2-bedroom suite, and it's just so nice. It's so big and roomy. It has a full kitchen, and it has this huge soaker tub. It's really nice because then we don't have to, because it has a full kitchen. My dad comes with us. He's not really like into going into the parks. He really enjoys using the amenities at the hotels. So it's really nice because it has a full kitchen, so we'll come back to the hotel because it's so close, and he'll have lunch for us, or we'll come back and we'll have dinner, so we don't have to eat all of our meals in the park. Even though I love eating at the park, I love eating at the park. That's part of my park experience. But it's nice to like come back home, kind of take a rest, or like take a rest, rest your feet, and like you know, escape from the park just for a little bit and then go back at it at night or whatever. So Grand Californian is my favorite in Disneyland. And then I know I'm gonna have like ties for a lot of categories. So for in Disney World, I love the Grand Floridian, and I also love the Polynesian. I don't know, those are my two favorites. I love them because they're on the monorail. They're close to the monorail, and I just love how like transformative they are. Like I love how the old-timey feel of like the Grand Floridian, and like I love the smell of the Grand Floridian, which I know that sounds really weird, but I just love the way it smells in there. And like way back in the day, they used to have like all of the little toiletries were like had all these old-timey labels on it and stuff. And then in the Polynesian, I love it that the smell in there, it kind of smells like Dole Whip in there. I love that they have like little mini shows. I've been to the luau. Honestly, the luau is like just okay to me. It's not like a luau that you would go to in Hawaii. It's not. It's definitely like a Disney version of a luau. But I really love Ohana, so I would actually say go eat at Ohana over eating at the luau, but that's not what this is about. That was just about what's my favorites. And so, yes, the Polynesian there. I've gotten to know a lot of the staff because there are lots of people who dance in Polynesian dance that are a part of that staff. And so I kind of got to know a few of them, like Auntie Callie, whoop, 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 whoop. Shout out to you. Okay, and then favorite restaurant in parks. So in Disneyland, I have two favorites. My longtime favorite is the Plaza Inn in Disneyland. It is a quick serve. It's like a cafeteria style quick serve restaurant. It's so good. The portions are so huge. Everything I've eaten there is good. But I will say the fried chicken is really good, but my all-time favorite is the chicken Alfredo. It's delicious. And then, of course, if you want to spend a little more coin, and it'll take a little more time out of your day, but it's totally worth it, is the Blue Bayou. It is so good. The atmosphere is so unique. Like, they do not have a Blue Bayou. I don't think they do. Do they? Do they have a Blue Bayou in Disney World? Maybe I should Google that before I just go out and say blanket statements like that. Hold on. No, this year. And it's in France, and it is Chef de France. It is so good, especially if you, and it's, everything we had there was good. I love our French service, and I've actually had the pleasure of going to Paris, and it very much feels like if you close your eyes, I don't know, like it just feels like a little slice of France when you go to that restaurant. So it was really good. The service was really good, and my waiter was really cute. So yes, I loved, those are my favorite restaurants. Favorite Pixar movie? Oh, that's hard. That's hard. I can give you a top 5 though. So I would definitely say Bug's Life, for sure. Brave. Bug's Life, Brave, Monsters University, Incredibles. No, Monsters Inc. Incredibles, and Toy Story 3. Which seems crazy, but I loved Toy Story 3 because when Toy Story 3 came out, I think I had like just graduated college or I was about to graduate college, so it gave me all the feels. So I have a special connection to that movie. Producer, you gotta let me know when the camera turns off, dude. Piece of clothing. So my favorite piece of clothing I've ever gotten that is a Disney item is what I'm wearing right now, which I'm going to put a clip of me modeling it for you all. But this is from the dress shop. It's designed by Her Universe, and it is the Dumbo dress, and it is so cute. It's so darling. It has this retro vibe. I love the colors. I love how this print kind of looks like it was painted on. It's so cute, and it's Dumbo, and I'm gonna be super honest, I'm not even a Dumbo fan, y'all, but this dress is just, it was just too cute and too darling for me not to get it. And right here it says, "Don't just fly, soar." Could that not be sweet? Like, that just, I love this dress. It's my favorite dress. But it's, I also own, I think, 4 Her Universe dresses. I love Her Universe. She's done a few collections with Hot Topic, and I've like bought everything in it. So maybe I will do a Disney inspired lookbook video. Ooh. Seems like I've run out of questions for right now. I feel like in the future I'm gonna do a part 2, like super in deep, super random Disney tag. But this is gonna be the end of the first one, I guess. So thank you so much to everyone for staying until the very end of the video. I appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea. I'm really excited. I'm sticking to my schedule to keep my videos coming out on a regularly scheduled basis. What else? Thank you. So, since you guys made it all to the end, let's have a word. Let's have a secret word. The secret word is magical. So if you stay to the end, comment down below magical. And yeah, so much in my other video. I haven't even mentioned it in this one, but please feel free to subscribe, give me a like, and share this video. Also, feel free to follow me on all my social media. On Facebook and Instagram, it's the same name. It's Take a Breath with Alexis. I want to shout out to my very first follower on my Instagram page, and that is PH Aware. They're a super cool organization that is bringing awareness about pulmonary hypertension. Go check them out. But if you follow me, you might get a shout out in my next video. If you follow me too, you might get a shout out in my next video. Who knows? Okay, so to end this video, I'm going to end it with, it makes sense to just end it with a Disney quote. And this one comes from The Fox and the Hound, and I think it's at the very, very end. And it goes like this: bye feels like forever, and farewell feels like the end. But in my heart's the memory, and that's where you'll be. Thanks, guys. See you in my next video. Whatchamacallit? I can't even think right now. This is what happens when you film a YouTube video and you haven't eaten lunch and it's 3 o'clock already. So you guys know what I'm doing as soon as this is over. Okay, so I don't know how good this video is going to turn out, guys. Favorite pick? London. Is that a wrap? You want to wrap it? Is it over? That's a wrap.